guys, I just got asked a question. I generally have to come to you guys. I come to you and go, I'm a little bit lost here. I mean, I go to the dirt sheets, I go to the .coms, and I do my level best. If I'm really broken down, I'll call Ariel. I'll call Akamoto. I'll get a hold of Ioli's a great source for me. Ramondi, I mean, I'm just sharing with you. I do my best to come to you with good info, but my partner Ryan asked me a question, and he just said, what do you think Henry versus Aljo is going to look like in 6 weeks with Henry being out? And what does it mean for Sean? Now, the only reason I'm jumping in is I have the answer. I think that Ryan is the one that's out. But if you guys are in the same boat, listen up and just let me fill you in. Okay, Henry's been out for a period of time. Henry's last fight was UFC 246. I don't know the UFCs, and quite frankly, the people that do are a little bit of nerds. But I know 246 because it was the first one back during the pandemic. Crowd full of nobody. Ferguson, Gaethje, main event. Ferguson, heavy favorite. Everyone thought Ferguson was going to win, and that includes Gaethje, who might not tell the story that way, but that's the truth. Now, I happen to remember that night. Henry Cejudo takes on Dominic Cruz. Henry beats Dominic, who we can all agree is a legend, but you got an Arizona tie in there. There's a lot of moving parts on this. There was a ton of eyeballs. I don't know UFCs that I fought on. I fought for 3 world championships. I don't know what cards they were. I'm not trying to be funny at all. I don't pay attention to those numbers. I know 246. I don't know where we're at now. I know 246. And Henry retired. And it stayed with me because it was about money. He even said that. Pay me more money, I'll come back. But I remember thinking, Henry, you're in a co-main event spot. The guy in the co-main event doesn't get more money, and moreover, there's no audience. We're literally not making, we're literally losing money in front of us. None of us know the MMA business, but we have pretty good guesses. But we do know when an arena that's usually full doesn't have a single human, that's not good. So it's a really tough time to ask for more money. That's my only point. In the interim, belt changed his hands a couple times. Turns out Aljamain Sterling, who we knew had great coaches, we knew he had great preparation, we knew he was born a gifted athlete. Turns out he's a better fist fighter than we were aware. Aljamain Sterling is innovative in certain positions. Aljamain Sterling is the single greatest I've ever seen, and this includes the practice room, on top. I've never seen anybody that could do it altitude. I'm just sharing for you. He's a lot better than we knew. We knew he was one of the guys. We knew he was going to be anybody's pain in the ass. To know that he was going to be a champion of the world, that he was going to defend, he's going to go on and be a multimillionaire and start to carve out his place in the Hall of Fame, we did not know that. So now Henry's coming back to test just how good is this guy. I'm into it. However, Ryan asked me what it means for Suga Sean, and I just happen to know that answer. I just spoke to Sean on this. Sean, for now, right, we fiercely adhere to the rules that we make up on the spot, but for now, takes on the winner. It's very rare that we do it like that. Very, very rare, where a number one contender gets named. But the fight where he's going to take on the winner is after that, so therefore he waits. It's very, very rare. I'm not certain that's not exactly what's happening with Islam Makhachev right now. Nobody said it, but I think that Islam might find himself in that same spot, and until Charles and Benny take care of business, Islam might just be sitting there. I'm just offering an example, because the only other time that I can think of it was also in the pandemic. Goddamn, it might have been UFC 246. It might have been 240, but it was Francis Ngannou. Francis goes out there, and who'd he stop? Was it Rosenstrike? And Dana goes to the press conference and goes, he's next. But there was a title fight going between Stipe and Daniel, and it was down the road. And so Kevin Iole and John Moore, they challenged Dana on this. And Dana's like, Francis is next. Like, well, Dana, you don't have no idea how long you're going to have to wait. And Dana's like, he's next. But he would not come off it. Francis looked so good that Dana wanted to give him this award, and nothing was going to stop it, but it was very rare. It's very rare that we saw things like that. Now, I'm just sharing for you, that's the position that Sean's in. And where Ryan is, I believe, mistaken, and you guys might be as well, is the talk between Merab and Suga Sean. That is talk for down the road. That's what that is, just so you understand. That's talk for down the road. Suga Sean is looking and he's acknowledging the problem that he's got waiting for him. That's exactly what Aljo and Henry are doing right now towards Sean. Okay, I got to fight you, but then if this goes the way I want it to, I have to deal with this guy. Okay, good, but Sean's doing the same thing. I'm going to have to play with one of you, and if it goes well, I'm going to have to deal with this guy. But that's not said. I'm just sharing for you. Merab does not have an opponent. I don't think they're going to have two guys sit, by the way. So Merab's going to end up with an opponent, but he doesn't have one. I'll just remind you that Sandhagen and Cheeto is this weekend. So that can change. Things change fast, but I think that Merab is being considered right now for that fight. Suga's going to wait. Suga shows in training right now. And then you've got Henry and Aljo is up in 6 weeks. That answers Ryan's question. In case you guys had the same question, it answers yours too.